swagger, cold as a stranger from Pennsylvania, chilling in the W where they live bangers, throwing up them Frankens, showing that I'm living, already acting like I'm worth 20 million, shaking off these haters like snow from my boots, champagne bottles and all white suits, show up out of town in an all white goose, feeling like the shit cause it's all right too. See, the government scandal put the state on trial. DAs and judges are the criminals now. The whole judicial branch is a fucking cash cow, so they gon' have to take me out before I take them all down. This is mad city. This is our town. If we in it for a penny, then we in it for a pound. You trolling online like you a bunch of gangsters. Meet us at the Coliseum, real entertaining. It's like with my feet up. Yo, fuck some new sneakers. I'll rule my own empire. Julius up in here with recent third dimension. It's the crew that I fuck with. Stop trying to hide from me. Let's do this in public. Yeah, you ain't never heard it put like that. You know what it is. Taibu Muad'Dib. You ain't never heard nobody bring it like that. I can't wait to walk in the Greedies, in the Temptations, Jamie's Knife. I can't wait to walk in some of these clubs off that song. Shout out to my brother Latif out there in Long Beach. Shout out to the whole California. Y'all gonna be all right. That water shorts ain't gonna last forever. Let's go. God, send them some rain. Look. It is what it is, man. You know what it is, man. It's going down tonight. Multiple choice Monday. It gets spicy. One question, 4 possible answers. Put your comments in the comment section or request to join live and hop off in the virtual studio. I hope y'all had a great weekend. If you didn't, it's about to get hot up in here. Man of my word. That's a high beat. Shout out to my little brother, man. He produced the whole track. Got nothing but love for him. We gonna jump off into this thing, man. We got the right or wrong segment with Shay. We got the Ask Shay portion, man. If you want to ask Shay something, man, she wants you to DM her, man, over on Instagram. It's going down, man. We about 3 minutes into this joint. I'm just giving it to y'all raw. It is what it is. The topic is super duper spicy. You already know what it is, man. Multiple choice Monday, it goes down. So after we had, Global African Unity Week, that was crazy. We had Women versus Men Week. This is guest host week. We're gonna have some guest hosts on here. Christy Kimmel, a couple other people. My man Swazo. I'm gonna have some folks come on here and give them an opportunity to guest host this show. People got topics they want to get it off their chest. It is what it is. So I'm listening to y'all talk to me. It's going down. Now, I'm gonna be in the studio. I'm gonna be in the cut, right? Ready to shame somebody. The shame bag will be out. You know what it is. But nothing but love for y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for supporting this show and the podcast. Coming up soon, as far as announcements is concerned, I'm telling y'all, coming up real soon here, we're going to have the reality show kickoff, man. Shout out to China Gray. Shout out to Devontae Howard, man. Rob Parsons of Black Magic Studios Productions. And everybody out there in Duncanville, man. My man Tony out there in DeSoto. It's going down. I just want to just say that, man, after a successful 140 episodes, all of them successful. Shout out to all the guests that came on here. This thing is going somewhere. Y'all all gonna be blessed. I'm gonna reach back and grab all y'all, man, and bless y'all, just like Oprah did. Y'all don't know, but Oprah went back and blessed everybody that helped her get where she was. That's how her blessings double. So don't forget to reach back out and bless those that help you get where you are, people, when you rise up to the top, like you see me doing. Taibu Muad'Dib right here. Wouldn't have it any other way. Got to get y'all down with tonight's topic, man. It is what it is, what it is. So, your team, boy or girl, got caught having sex. Teen rowboating going on, people.
at the other teen's house, right? At the other child's house. Okay. So the parent catches them over there. You on your way, you know what I'm saying, to go pick them up. A lot of things going through your head. A lot of y'all probably didn't know your teen was having sex or didn't want to admit to yourself that your teen was having sex. But now it's out there. At least 3 or 4 other people know. At least. That's not including, who they didn't call. Guess what happening over at the crib? You know what I'm saying? So at least one other household knows that your teen is out there. All right. Is it worse if it's your teen daughter than if it's your teen son? We gonna get off into all that. You know what I'm saying? All that. On multiple choice Monday, I give you guys 4 answers, which one of them which I think is wrong, and I'll say why I think it's wrong. Y'all can argue me down if y'all don't agree. Okay. But these 4 answers I'm gonna shoot to y'all right now. One of them I believe wholeheartedly is the right way to deal with it. The other 3 could be close, but no cigar. So, do you A, talk to your young adult firmly and then ground him or her? Right? Do you B, beat the bark off his or her hide? Okay. C, take him or her to the adult bookstore and get protection and teach him or her how to use it. All right. Or D, wait till you get home and have him or her Google AIDS and other STDs and how a teenage pregnancy usually plays out for young people. So those are your choices, A through D. I want y'all to jump in here, man, and let me know what you think or how you think it should go. How would you handle it? So that's what's going on tonight, man. Multiple choice Monday. We dealing with the young people because again, I do not want Kodak Black and Cardi B teaching my young people. I have 4 how to date, right? I mean, that's important. Y'all can say what y'all want to say, but I think it's very important that we take it upon ourselves to nip that in the bud. There should with no uncertain terms, no without no question, should there ever be an issue where other people outside the home are teaching your young people how to date and how to have relationships. It seems like we have lowered expectations for our culture as we move forward. It seems that as we move forward as a nation, our culture seems to want to continue to go backward. If no one's paying attention to this trend, you have to make sure you get the writing series of A Clean Break, The Avenger of New Africa, and African Messiah versus Government Scum. Because when African Messiah versus Police State comes out, I'm calling all of you out. I'm calling all of you out. All of you zombies out. I'm calling all of you out. I went to a celebration over the weekend, and I was shocked and surprised at how proud people were that looked like me of their last name. Like it was like the Winston family and the McCullough family and the McGinty family and the Black family. Like they were so proud of these European slave master last. It was shocking to me. And this is the South, so some slaves did stay back on the plantation. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's true. It happened. They couldn't leave massa in them. The bottom line is they stayed and were free. I'm going to go into that dynamic. They stayed and were free, people. If you are proud of your European last name, knowing that you're not European, you have a slave mentality, and you're passing it on to your young people. And you're passing down the trauma that the slaves who were brought here, who had their names taken from them and their language taken from them. Y'all so lazy and disenfranchised. I ain't no African. I don't want to learn no additional African language. What? That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Now, I really can't speak for the Europeans, but I would think that if we took up like 100, 200 of them to Africa, and we had them, we told them that they wasn't, whatever, and took their language and whatever, and we kept them over there, secluded and all that, whatever, whatnot, like just doing our thing. Like eventually they find out they're European, they're going to want to return to their roots. Anybody should want to do that. They get freed over there. Y'all free now. We can't do this to y'all no more. Y'all free now. You think they're going to still be letting us call them Ubuntu? Right? Natali? You think that they're going to let us continue? They're going to go right back to being Jones and Johnston and the whole deal. It's shocking to me that free people aren't conscious. Y'all really are the Walking Dead. That's probably why I love that program so much. Shout out to the Walking Dead. It's a great show because my people, y'all the Walking Dead. Well, we have a question on the floor. We're gonna put this up. We're gonna post this. Digital Beast says, "What was it called before the Europeans named it Africa?" That's a good question. That's a good question. But I was just saying that because we have to go learn an indigenous language. You know what I'm saying? For us to know what we were saying to each other, what we called each other, and called our motherland before it was called Africa by the Europeans. Right? That's what I think. And shout out to all my West African homeboys and homegirls out there, man. Look, if you know what it is, tell us. But I don't think that that's even the point or the case. No matter what we call the continent, people that look like us are not leaving that Put like this: if you're a European and you consider yourself a South African, how come you don't have a name like Ubuntu, right? How come you don't have a name like Nasani? You European, but you say you're South African. How come you don't have an indigenous name? Are y'all getting what I'm saying here? They didn't take on the indigenous names of the people because of European supremacy, which in and of itself is comical to the laughing point. Let me tell y'all something. The only thing supreme about the European is that they believe it. That's the only thing. Nothing about the European is supreme. Nothing. Nothing. To say that they're the masters of the world right now doesn't really resonate well when they learn to be that way from the true masters and the original masters, which was us. And it's a head scratcher that I can't get you Africans today to rock with me and understand this. Now, I will say this. The European has done one thing real slick. The one thing the European has done that's real slick is he has the African people, the global African tribe, focused on his money when he only got rich like that by focusing on our intelligence. I'll say it again for those of you who are just plain ignorant. The European has you focused on his money, his material wealth, when he only acquired that by himself focusing on our intelligence. He convinced all of you to forget that your genes are dominant to his own. That left alone, unmolested by his culturally biased systematic process to keep you down. If you didn't have all these barriers and obstacles, if you weren't called the N-word, if you weren't treated like the N-bomb everywhere you went, if there wasn't such an outpouring of angst against you every day of your life, you would shine like a diamond. You'd rise like the phoenix. You'd be the brightest star in the sky. And he knows it. And he knows it. Leading y'all won't be difficult. It won't be difficult to lead a conscious people into a righteous path. The difficulty is going to come in waking you up out of your sleep. Look at this. Muad'Dib Global. Why are you so attached to Massa? Why do you love your European last name, all you African peoples? How can that not be the very first move of the revolution? I'm telling you right now, if all of you African people, if you look like me from one drop, all you one droppers out, all you Colin Kaepernicks out there, to the Flavor Flav, crispy charcoal skin me, I'm telling you right now, if you all file within the next 7 days to change your name, and all you gotta do is just go on here, we can go on here and I'm gonna show you how easy it is, since some of y'all just too lazy or ignorant or asleep or attached to Massa, like y'all holding on to his leg and he's trying to drag himself away from you. Okay, I'm just gonna simply Google Yoruba names for boys and girls. Oop. I'm just gonna do that for y'all. What y'all think about my multiple choice question? Yoruba baby names. Now I might mispronounce some of these names because I don't speak it. All right, but that's what it is. Ayomide, Ayola, Eni Olua, Adisa, Bipe, Ibun Nolua, Fularin, Bisi, Fe Isayo. Them is beautiful names. Those are beautiful names. Those are beautiful names. Facts about naming children in Yoruba land. Eni Olua, acquiring God's treasure. That's what it means. Acquiring God's treasure. The fact that Adisa, the clear one, Ajadi, end of war. I'm telling y'all right now, man. Y'all keep naming y'all children these European names. I'm telling you, I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you what it is. The only reason one of my children has an indigenous Yoruba Swahili African name is because I dated one before I had her. I dated a woman from Durban, Virginia, South Africa. Durban, Virginia, South Africa. That's where she was from. Her name was Sisonke Simon. That's what college does for you. That if y'all want to know what happens in college, you meet international connections. But the bottom line is, that's why only one of my children has a beautiful indigenous name like I've taken on for myself. All right. I'm telling you, it's deep. We're going to get more deep into that on Think It Through Thursday. All right. Without further ado, let me go off into this topic. Your teen got caught having sex by the parents of the other teen in their home, and you're on the way to pick him or her up. Do you A, talk to your young adult firmly and then put them on grounding? B, beat the bark off of them. I'm talking about beat the bark off they hide, you know. C, take him or her to the adult bookstore, get protection, and teach him or her how to use it. Can't beat them, join them. Why get in the way? Why be an enemy of progress? Or D, do you wait until you get home and have him or her Google AIDS and other STDs and how teenage and show them how teenage pregnancy usually plays out? You know, give them the statistics. So what would you guys choose? Taibu Mood. I'm gonna go through these answers one by one. I'm just gonna break them down for you. What I think about them. All right. And this was a tough multiple choice because, you know, at 47, I have two grown children and two children who are still under 18. I personally haven't experienced this, but kind of to a certain extent, I was made aware of it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be prepared. All right. Digital B, I'm gonna put his answer up here. We're gonna see what it is. All right. So A, talk to young adult firmly and then ground him or her. So the reason why A can only be effective is if you've been grounding your child and that's been effective at changing their behavior. But I think by the time that they're a teen, you know, you have to let them go to school. They're gonna have to come out the room at some time. Uh, you can take their phone and put them in the room. I mean, you can make it pretty much like jail. You can feed them even bread and water. But at the end of the day, sex is a really big deal. It really is. So if they've done it and they know how good it feels, if they're there, virgins one thing, you can catch them and almost get ready. But they've done it, ain't no turning back at that point. So grounding is not going to change their psyche towards it. You know, it might really just push you away or make them feel like you don't understand them, right? If you just ground them and you just punish them, just punish, like that doesn't work for. But if grounding has been working for you, it might just deter the behavior. But I think in and of itself, talking to them firmly and grounding them, they've already decided to start having sex. I don't think that's the way to deal with it. Plus, if you just ground them, you know, you're not leaving any room for any conversation, you know, about the situation. Like you're not trying to understand them or get to know anything about them. There's no conversational point, right? It's just like, don't do it. That's it. And that just doesn't work with young adults who are trying who you want to really think independently anyway, because pretty soon you want them to get out of the house and be independent. So I don't think that's the way to go about dealing with. So yeah, A is But again, if grounding them has been working and that's been working in your household, I would say by all means ground them, you know. And they'll know mom or dad means or both means business, and I can't do that no more, no matter how good it feels, how spectacular it was. Do you beat the bark off his or her hide? So I mean, in the state of Wisconsin, you know, you can whip your child across the buttocks as long as you don't leave any welts or marks or bruises, which is not saying a lot because if you're European, of course you're gonna leave a whelp and mark or bruise. Depending on how fast they can get to the phone, call the police on you. but other situations might not be so. B, if you hit your young adult in anger, young adult teen or young adult period, that's gonna teach them to hit when they're angry. So you're basically raising at that point an abuser. They're gonna hit somebody when they're mad. You don't want to do that. That's just not and again, you leave out the conversational points. You beating them, they're just experimenting, exploring stuff. If they felt great to them, so they don't know why you're beating them. If it was such a good thing in their mind, why are you beating? Why are you making it bad? I don't know. So, and then you know who wants to really harm their blood, harm their child. You know, I'm not saying spare the rod, but I'm saying if you weren't leading them into a path where they wouldn't at least get caught at that person's house. I mean, if they're outside, like Raise your hand if you was sneaking around outside the house trying to get it in, right? Getting caught up in somebody's house, that's embarrassment for both sides of the parents. Like it's just like them kids ain't got no, they ain't thinking at all about none of that. It's crazy. So, but yeah, look, so whooping them. But again, hey, if the spankings were working up until that point, I would say yeah, but still, you're still missing the conversational point. At the teens, you want them to think independently. I don't want them to just come down with the punishment and not hear them out. Like give them a chance to talk where there could be some interaction. If you ground them, if you talk at them firmly and you ground them, that's it. If you beat the bark off them, they're crying to go to them, that's it. So both those, just because there's no real talking moments, there's no real talking points. It's just I'm gonna punish you. That's it. It's not a good deal. Welcome everybody to You're a Mess, Multiple Choice Monday. Let's go. All right. So take him her to the adult bookstore and get protection and teach him or her how to use it. Like I said last week, C may not be the answer I would choose, but I think it's the safest choice, right? So at the end of the day, they're more likely 9 times out of 10 gonna do it again. So you want to make sure that you're instructing them on how to protect themselves, since death is out there in the bedroom in rowboating. You can die from rowboating, right? Period. So if I personally wouldn't choose it, but there's some, obviously if you're doing that, you have some talking points. They're opening up to you, talking about, y'all talking about the stuff like that, and you're asking the situation, male or female, you want to talk to them about protection, how important it is. So that's what it comes down to. So I think it's the safest choice overall. You got some instructional, you can bond with them, they can share their experiences, y'all picking out the right stuff to use and y'all talking about it. I think it's the safest choice, but it's not the choice I would, because at the end of the day, it still gives the wrong message that kind of behavior is okay. You don't want to send them the message that it's okay. All right. D. Wait till you get home and have him or her Google AIDS and other STDs and how teenage pregnancy usually plays out. Now, a lot of you parents feel like that's too much work. A lot of you parents don't see the value in that, and that's why our community is suffering. Allowing young people to make their own mistakes is one thing. Allowing them to make their own mistakes when they have the knowledge to not make it is something different. Because when they make that mistake again and the ramifications come down on them, they know that you good people because you try to show it to them without judging them, without beating them, without punishing them, without making them feel ashamed for what they did. You just tried to upgrade their consciousness about it. Like, hey, this isn't for you right now. Hold off on this. It's too much. All right. You can always get back to that. Put this and this and that first. Plus, look at what can possibly happen. That's a bad deal. I don't want you to go through that. That will stick with them a lot longer than the whooping, the grounding, and it sends the message to cease and desist that taking them and getting them protection won't. So I'm just putting it out there. That's how it is. That's how I would handle it. All right. Just being 100 real with you. Thank y'all for the comments, man. Digital B, June Masterpiece. Thank y'all over there for checking me out on YouTube, man, and getting involved. Shout out to Instagram. Shout out to everybody on Facebook. It is what it is. So, a lot of y'all are wondering why I chose this topic today. And I heard on the radio this morning, and I called in. I called in, and I gave my opinion, and they played my opinion on 97.9 this morning, the morning hustle, on a young lady that said that she wants to spread herself around because guys do it too. She doesn't want to be locked down. A guy likes her and wants her to settle down with him or be monogamous with him, and she's like, nah, I mean, I still want to bang you, but I still want to bang other guys. She was honest about this. She said her brothers and her auntie told her it was okay. She didn't say mom or dad, obviously. She said her brothers and her aunt said, basically told her that it was cool, but she still wanted, to get on there and get some more opinions. And so where does this start at? Does this start from parents that are doing letter C or on up? Because when you move up from letter C to B and A, you're basically just making that child want to do it more. Right? You beating the rebellion into the youth. Our youth aren't seeing these statistics. Last week I put up some pretty crazy statistics. So our youth, they must not be aware of these statistics. I don't think any of these young African sisters want to contract AIDS, but 6 out of 10 new cases, 6 out of 10 new cases is y'all sisters, not us. And y'all pointing the finger at us. And I said that sisters have 100 bodies. 100 bodies before they settle down. Everybody's like, how's that? Yes. Magic Johnson number of bodies. And they have that many bodies, and that's why they catching that. That's why they catching that package and giving it around, spreading it around, bringing it into the village. We got to have these serious conversations with our young people. When I was young, when I was younger, we used to there was a club in Milwaukee called the Matrix. We used to go to this club called the Matrix to see the fights afterward. It was like a gutted out grocery store made into a bar. It was crazy. I bumped into like Latrell Sprewell. Well, he bumped into me. Like, I ain't no punk, so you know what I'm saying? I got shoved to the side of the bar. I looked up. You know what I'm saying? I just had to keep on looking up. And NBA basketball players is tall, y'all. And when I saw it was Sprewell actually trying to bow his way in there to get his champagne bottle that they was taking too long to bring to his VIP section himself, because he's from there. I said, Spree. I said like a real motherfucker would say. He was like, he looked at me, I was like, what up? He was like, got his bottles and hit it. You know what I'm saying? But that was the Matrix, though. We used to roll down there a couple cars deep because them fools from Milwaukee was always crazy. Ready to set it off. Nothing ever happened. I guess them fake fools can smell a click of real dudes because I don't know, nothing ever jumped off. But trust me, it was definitely down. If it would have went down, it definitely would have went down up in there. After it stopped going up there, times passed. I guess maybe about a year or so later, we heard about 3 females that was spreading AIDS around in that club. Now, after the club, you be riding next to fools trying to hit the after set, trying to get to the gas station to get your blunt for you roll back to wherever you came from. Milwaukee's a pretty big town, it's pretty happening town. So females, what's up? You get numbers and stuff like that. It was 3 women going to the Matrix, passing out HIV. It's scary because it makes you think, like, you know what I'm saying? And they showed the picture. There were some gorgeous women. I mean, Milwaukee had some beautiful women. They were salty at how they contracted it and just was giving it out. But how do I say it? Like, ladies, Tupac said it best. I hate to quote Tupac. Pop. He said, I was given this world, I didn't make it. We men didn't make this world, ladies. Y'all have a responsibility that comes with that vagina. It does. It has a great responsibility. There can't be any future generations without the woman's womb. The world will shut all the way completely down without that. It's real. So it comes with a huge responsibility. And you sisters, you queens, y'all are birthing the most perfect specimens on the planet. And the European power structure through hip hop has taught y'all to devalue it and degenerate it and let it become a cesspool until y'all got 100 bodies and maybe you escape without catching that package. But 6 out of 10, go back and watch my last couple of shows. 6 out of 10 new cases of HIV is a woman, African woman, young, middle age, or old. I don't know. I don't care. Y'all bringing that package into our communities because y'all want to be like us. Y'all don't want to accept the responsibility of maintaining vaginal virtue. Y'all don't want to use it for what it's for. Now, y'all don't have to agree with me. I don't care because it's my show. But do your research. While all you African women is sitting around, oh, men is dogs and men is this. Y'all each got 100 bodies. 100. Y'all get y'all get at least 100 bodies behind underneath y'all belt before y'all start trying to settle down. I had somebody try to tell me that they had a high body count, but it wasn't that high. Somebody said most people these days ain't asking because they don't want to know. Don't ask, don't tell, don't work for me. I say, how many men can a woman be with intimately and still be considered marriage worthy? And a lot of people said, not saying all, but a lot of people said, oh, the number doesn't matter. And mostly, almost all the women, like 80% of women that ask that question say there is no number because y'all know y'all got 100 bodies on y'all belt. Every woman that said the number shouldn't matter, I know she has at least 100 bodies under her belt. It's real. I asked the lady, I said, do you have less than 20? Because most of the guys that I asked that answered the question, they said 10 or under, 10 or less. A couple kept it real, 0. Marriage worthy. Well, marriage worthy. Ladies, y'all want to be treated like queens. This has to be queen quality. Royalty. We talking about royalty. Y'all throw that word queen out there, like fake people be like fake dudes be like, I'm a real NIGG. Like y'all throw that queen where you're not a queen. Now, a lot of you have gone through the trauma of sexual violence. And I've been promoting the Guardian Gear tech wearable device. And I want y'all to get behind that when y'all see these posts. When I attach it to these videos, I want you to fund it, donate, like, post, and reshare and repost the movement to fund the Guardian Gear. We're gonna take care of that. But going through sexual violence is no excuse to continue to put your body out there. Your psyche may be all twisted or whatever, and I get that. And I'm not trying to be insensitive. But that that vagina comes with responsibility. And I'm saying this, and I know somebody that has a child from sexual violence. Took it like a champ. Come on, I ain't even gonna tell on dude. Come on, I'm gonna have this baby. We're gonna keep on getting up. I ain't gonna take that man from his kids. Like, that's what happens when when a 14, 15-year-old goes through sexual violence. They can't even process it. the right way. They're not even thinking about holding that man accountable so that he doesn't take advantage of the other 14 or 15. It's the craziest thing that this is happening at the rate it's happening. 48 women an hour is crazy. But for those of you who haven't been subject to sexual violence, what's your excuse for opening your legs for every Tariq and Raekwon and Ubuntu? What's your excuse? You need money? You want more friends? What's your excuse? It's yours. You can do what you want to do with it. I'm for the sisters. I told y'all this 100 episodes, I'm for y'all. So I gotta be hard on you because I have higher expectations than you obviously have for yourselves. If this was your daughter, multiple choice Monday, if this was your daughter caught in somebody else's house having sex with their son, this was your teen daughter caught by the parents of a teen boy having sex in their house, and you on your way to go get her, what could you be thinking? I hope you pointing the thumb at yourself, parents, especially you single moms. Got that little baby sitting there watching shows that aren't age appropriate, you know, watching Sex in the City and stuff like that. Your daughter, 7 years old, sitting there watching all that with you. I hope y'all pointing the thumb. My dude CJ told me that when a woman gets older and she has issues down here, it's because she was giving it up a lot when she was in her teens, when she was very, very young. I can't reconcile this for myself. Like, women, y'all got the nerve, especially you sisters, y'all got the nerve to be out here claiming the right to be like us and be hoes out here like y'all claim that we are. Like, y'all better in relationships, y'all more faithful, y'all more moral, y'all get the heck out of here. I'm nipping that in the bud. Next week, this is guest host week. Next week it's the Empire Strikes Back. We're gonna talk about y'all stereotypes. Men are dolls, all men cheat. What are we even discussing here? The reason that y'all don't cheat is because y'all had 100 bodies before you start trying to have boyfriends. Y'all went through 100 guys before you start trying to settle down. You like, I can't do that no more. I gotta get me I gotta have somebody to hold me afterward. He left me in the back of the car, the back of the caddy. He just kept it moving. Like, it is what it is. Okay, we got a comment here. When talking about 100 bodies, are we saying 100 people or 5 people that equals 100? In others' relationship you're in and had sex over 100 times? No, 100 different dudes. Chicks ain't. I want. Let me see. Like, let me put it like this, cuz it's like this, Fred. 100%. I'm talking about child support, 99.99999% success rate. Every chick I say, hey, what's up? What you want to do? They going. That's how women have it. Fellas, we can't comprehend that. We can't comprehend that. And nowadays, they're saying they want to be like us. So can put 2 and 2 together, fellas. The whole time, the chick you with, the chick you married to, whatever you call it, she went out there and got 100 bodies, and then she was like, she was tired opening them legs up. Her thighs was tired. Her thighs was tired. I need somebody to hold me afterward. Fools just keep getting up. They just keep getting up. I got all the stuff. I gotta get this stuff off me. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I need somebody to hold me. I need somebody to pay some bills. I need somebody I can make some kids. I need somebody, you know what I mean? Come on. Let's keep it real. Now, fellas, When is the leadership going to start? Fellas, when is the leadership in the community going to start, fellas? When are we going to stop just busting women down? When are we going to stop approaching our sisters just for that one thing? That Lauryn Hill song, that thing. You know what I'm saying? When are we going to stop approaching our sisters like that? When are we going to get our value together and then start talking to sisters and start saying, hey, it's time for me to settle down. I'm looking for a wife. Because I'm telling you right now, if you listen to my cousin Fred talk, if you listen to my man Darren talk, if you listen to these brothers that's married that come on my show, Spencer, he's engaged. If you listen to these brothers that talk, that's have relationship, long relationship, Tyrone came on here. If you listen to these brothers that have long relationships, long-standing relationships, you listen to them being married didn't have nothing to do with how the sex was with their wives or their long-term girlfriends. Nothing to do with that. My man Tay came on the show and said, marry your best friend. Y'all can't become best friends busting each other, just busting down off from the club and then it's supposed to develop. And nah. You know, because heterosexual males that have long-term friendships never even consider having sex with their friend, but they friend just do or die's my dude. You know what I'm saying? So when you meet a female, but you think she might be the one, become her friend first. And then ask her, what do you think about marriage? We have to stop approaching these sisters and treating them like sexual objects so they stop treating themselves like sexual objects. Taibu Muad'Dib and I don't know what's going on with. I thought I was going to have a segment. Oh, the Cowboys is playing tonight. They must not be doing very well. That's if. Has anybody seen the score? Let me check the score of the Cowboys game. That must be why I'm not getting my segment tonight. I don't know. Let me Google this. The score of the Cowboys Giants game. Let me go ahead. Cowboys game today. Let me see. Oh, yeah, it's a tight matchup. And New York has the ball too. Yeah. Yeah. That's why we ain't getting the right or wrong segment. But I don't need that. I don't need none of that. You know what? It's the crazy part about it is I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I stand alone. You know what I'm saying? I'm on an island. You know, this Muad'Dib globe right here. You know, I don't need nobody fair weather.
It's almost halftime. Hey guys.
Wow. So, and y'all saw me in that Cowboys jersey too. That's how you do it, man. When you with somebody, you know, you support what they support. That's all that is. Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Hey, look, everybody out there for Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett for president, man. Let's go, man. Let's go. I lost my first fantasy football matchup. I was riding high for 2 weeks, and then all my players either got injured or didn't show up. I'm gonna tell y'all something though. I appreciate everybody that watched the show, but I'm telling you right now, I'm putting y'all up on game. Digital B, hey, Digital B over here, he snap. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. I chose D because we need to teach our young people something. We need to raise them to be conscious, raise them to think, to become independent thinkers, but to know what they're up against. A through C, you're not telling the child, the young person, young adult, what they're up against. Right? You got to tell them what the pitfalls really are. I have a really good friend swear all his first 3 kids happened because the condom broke. Swear up and down. Now I'm gonna be to not believe him. Either homie just don't know how to use them or whatever, because that never happened to me. You know, the condom may have come off like in her, but like just break. I don't know what he was doing. You can't go to the five and dime and get them cheap little boys. Them, of course, they're gonna break. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe you know what he was doing, but you have to let your team know that if it breaks, might not just be about a baby. It might be your life in jeopardy. If y'all go on your phones right now and Google, back in my day, I would say like the mid 90s, it was this gorgeous chick. It was a commercial. It was a whole commercial that the public service announcement was a whole commercial. It was a woman. She was a sister and she was beautiful. She was bad. And then after that, it was an episode of, I think it was the Fresh Prince. Was it the Fresh Prince, y'all? It was episode of the Fresh Prince or some popular African show where the woman had AIDS and she told one of the other characters, like, yeah, that's why, he was like, you fine though, you know what I'm saying? But dude was trying to holler at her. It might have been, it was either Fresh Prince was a different world. Y'all gotta check that out. So back in, when AIDS really started to hit, and it's still that way to this day. Y'all talking about drugs in the African community. You gotta look at, STDs and AIDS and HIV is still there. That's real. It's still there. So that's why D is the way. That's why D is the way. You saying, hey, you have a future right now. This was right here. This was okay. It happens. You make mistake. Okay, whatever. But you have a future. And if you want to protect your future, you have to do things differently. At least mom and dad love you. At least pause enough to consider this information. It's real. While they could be falling asleep while you showing it to them, up they said, make them look at it. Teach them something, man. Teach our young people how to think independently and for themselves, but give them some knowledge. Give them some real knowledge. Taibu Muad'Dib right here, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all over much, man. My cuz was talking about the 100 people. He said he's like, bro, most people don't know 100 people. That's no more. I can't believe that. Also, it's all women. So look, cuz you can't believe it because you don't have 100%. Well, excuse me, you don't have a 9.99.99999 success rate, bro. If you smile at a woman and you giving her the eye, and every time she go, pretty much almost every time she go, yeah, bro, you will have 100. You don't have to know them. You think these chicks know every dude that they dealing with? All these chicks out here, look, it's women out here. Why you think Mari making that money?
Wait a minute. Did they say boo cowboy? Wow.
Look, y'all know the Mari lady. Y'all know the Mari lady that been on there 14, 15 times, and every time you are not the father. And he's like, it's okay. We're gonna keep testing them. We're gonna keep giving guys free trips to the show. You know what I'm saying? Till we find the real one. We're gonna keep paying them till we find the daddy of your child. Right? I mean, and who can be mad at her for wanting to find the chance? Who can be mad? Who can be mad at her for wanting to find the father of her child? So, cuz you look at cousin Fred. You look at that Mari episode, the woman that been on there 25 times still ain't found the dad. You tell me she was having sex with guys she didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because if she knew him, she'd know who the daddy was. Just being real. Just being real. Type, I don't make these things up, man, because I was giving what I didn't make it. Shout out to Pop, man. Shout out. We salute you. The bottom line is what it is. D is the answer. We're going to have to go take the show to overtime because, you know, the Cowboys game's on. I don't know. I should have pushed this up. I should have pushed this up about a half an hour. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I got myself in. Y'all see what I got to go through? This is ridiculous. All right. No, I can't do nothing. None of that. None of that. Can't do nothing for you. All right. So we gonna go to commercial. While we gonna go to commercial. While everything gets right. It's crazy. True. I don't know why this. I don't know what's going on with this. True Love Tuesday. It's supposed to be multiple choice. It says multiple choice Monday. I gotta get StreamYard together, y'all. This says True Love Tuesday down here, but yo, but yeah, I'm standing on that 100, man. Look, you have to get an AIDS test before you get married. Fellas, get y'all money together for a private investigator and a what you call it, a lie detector test. Get y'all money together. Don't marry her without putting her on the lie detector test about her body count. Flat out. Get y'all money. Have y'all money together. Don't marry no chick without having her get strapped up for a lie detector test. That's part of your prenuptial. You got some money about yourself. You get money. You think you're going to come into some money? Your people got money? Nah, don't. Even if you don't got no money and none of that, you just doing it because you love her to death. Don't put your heart on the line. Get your money together. I wonder how much lie detector. Let me Google this right now. I'm making history, y'all. Let me Google this right now. Let's see how much a lie detector test costs. Don't marry nobody these days. These chicks want to be like dudes, fellas. You don't want to marry 100. You don't want to marry 100 dudes up in there. How much? I'm buck wild. How much does it cost for a lie detector? Oops. Texas Lie Detector Services. Texas Lie Detector Services and Investigators. Texas Polygraph Counselors Lie Detectors Test. It costs, look at this, y'all. Look at that. It costs between $200 and $2,000. Don't marry her without putting her on the polygraph. Fellas, they want to be like men. Taibu Muad'Dib right here. I'm telling you right now, don't marry her. Don't even ask her to get married until she take that lie detector test about her body count. Now, y'all ladies don't want to keep y'all legs closed. Fellas, you better not put a ring on it unless she has vaginal virtue to offer you. Taibu Muad'Dib right here. I don't play no games. It is what it is. Get that lie detector test. What you got to say about that? Say something now, cuz. Y'all you gotta come in here, cuz. You be tripping, man. You don't want I want to see my cousins. They avoid me because they don't want to my cousins, they like really all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But my cousins have some real traditional views, y'all. They don't want to come on here and deal with their cuz, man. They don't want to come on here and have these conversations with me. My cousin JR came on the show and I chastised him verbally about how he was raising his son, and I ain't seen him on the show since. But I'm trying to help y'all because I love y'all, man. I love my little cousin. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be out there without no discipline, man. For real, I want them to run them out without no discipline. It is what it is. So we're going to put it out there. All right. Let me go to a screen share real quick because I'm still promoting the Guardian Gear tech wearable device. We're gonna go into that, and hopefully when we come back from that, that will be the end of the nonsense. The crazy part about it is they don't even know. They don't even know. Here we go at the screen share, y'all. We're gonna go to commercial. We're gonna get a screen share. I have to come and represent for a large population of people in this country that have no voice. Their choice snatched away from them. In one moment, in 1 second, in the blink of an eye, their innocence, their right to choose is snatched away. And it's the wrong thing to do for me to turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to their silent screams, their muffled voices. What am I talking about? I'm talking about rape, sexual assault, child abduction, human trafficking, domestic violence. A large population of people living in this country are living in fear of the next time it's going to happen, the first time it might happen. They're not safe, they're not protected, and we as a society have not done enough to make sure that they're good. We have not done enough as a society to make sure this problem comes to a halt, to cease to exist. We have not done enough, people, not anywhere near enough. But now there's an opportunity. The Guardian Gear device gives everyone a response. So we have to get behind it, support the movement right now. Go into your pockets, go into your purses, go into bank accounts, and donate to this cause. It's my voice that you're going to hear. The next time someone tells you they were beaten, hit, they were afraid of being beaten or hit. The next time you hear of someone that you know or someone that they know who have been raped or sexually assaulted, my voice telling you, you should have donated. You should have gotten behind the movement. You should have made sure that you did something, that you liked and shared the post, that you made sure it went viral, that donating to this cause became a thing, a major thing, until the device is funded, fully funded and developed, and on the persons of those who are the most vulnerable amongst us. Listen to me. It'll be my voice that you hear telling you to get up and do something. Get out in the community, knock on doors, make phone calls, talk to your politician, tell them, where is my state money? Where's my federal money? Give this guy whatever he needs to get it done. Because there's a large population of us living in constant fear. A large population of us who just can't get themselves out of this predicament, who don't even know it even exists until it happens. A large population. I'm talking about 48 women an hour. It's unacceptable, people. We must make a change today. I've done my part. I've done the groundwork. I've done the research. The Guardian Gear tech wearable will stop it in its tracks. But I need your help. I need you to reach out and donate today. Whatever you have, give
to the Guardian Gear device and the end of rape, abduction, and domestic violence.
Now is the time to connect at Fitness Connection. Connect with a
I wanna make sure it's through when the corner gets on, cause I won't let nobody press up and mess up the scene I set. I like to stand in the crowd, watch people wonder, damn.
All right, you already know what it is. Let's go. Here's what it is. I ain't no joke. Shay Houston, right around segment of the day. What's going on?
Okay, so you want to get ready to pull up? Okay, so let me set it up for you guys.
And by the way, you can learn how to write these emails. You can literally already write at a third grade level.
What the hell? Who is in here? Okay, so it's a lady. You can go and set it up. It's a lady on Kendra G's show. She hooks people up to, see if they can match with somebody, they soulmate or whatever. So this lady, she has 7 kids. She's 26 years old. She has 1 on the way. And my question to you, do y'all feel that it is right or wrong for someone to keep continuing to have so many kids, but then expect for her to get with somebody and then they have to basically take care of 8 kids that are not theirs? So we're going to listen to what they have to say and we're going to come back.
Is it right or wrong? Let's see what y'all think. Let's go.
Hello? Hey, I'm back. I see you're back. What you got good Wi-Fi?
5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it because we had a whole week. So I got an 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old. Wait, tell me again from the top. I have an 11-year-old, 9, 8, 2 3-year-olds, a 5-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
Okay, and you're pregnant.
Yes.
So are you pregnant? How many men?
How many baby daddies do you have? Child fathers?
Yes.
I have 4.
So you're currently pregnant and you have a 1-year-old. Is that by the same man?
Yes. No, the one that I'm pregnant by. But
How do you know your baby daddy is?
see, it's a long story. I don't want to talk about that. It's embarrassing.
So did you have sex with
Don't judge me.
No, I went. You chose to come on the show, right?
Okay,
these are the questions I would naturally ask for clarity. So you.
Okay, we're going to stop it right there. So do y'all feel that it's okay for her to continue to have kids? And then she's pregnant right now. I already have 7. I understand she says she's financially stable. She can take care of her own kids.
Because that tax return. Damn.
So, but she's saying that the dads that they have weren't mature. But
I'm gonna stop you right now. Time out.
Having kids.
I'm gonna stop you right now. The baby daddy number 3, 4, 5, and 6, they nasty. Cause they know her number is up to 100 already. She said she didn't even know who she was pregnant by.
The one that she pregnant with now. So do y'all feel that she's
not wrong? She not wrong. Them dudes
now settle down.
Them dudes that go up in the house and see a soccer team in the house, they wrong.
She's fertile myrtle.
They wrong. No, they wrong. They wrong. Yeah, you gotta. The dudes is all the dudes. Baby daddy number 3, 4, and 5, and 6. They all wrong. She doing what she She running her
And
natural
she's
program.
26. She started having kids at 15.
That's her program. Well, then she was. So somebody was having sex when they should have been. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, man, it's crazy, man. It's a terrible cycle. Got to get this guard. I'm glad I played the guardian. You got to get that guardian gear out there. You know what I'm saying? Got to get it out there for people, man. Bottom line, got to protect women and children.
B said they wrong. She wrong.
Who's wrong? Who's wrong, B?
I have another question too, though.
Who's wrong, though, B? We want to know who's wrong. Who you saying is wrong?
But I have another question too. Is she? What's the word? Everybody deserves to be happy and find that person that is for them. So, is it wrong for her to finally want to settle down? No, he's saying she is wrong.
Right. Right. She isn't. The dudes is wrong. And you put your you put your wing ding 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 Christmas frog ding 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 ding. You put your thing in there, fam. It's like.
But then too, the guys, not like her guys, but I'm just saying guys in general. Y'all have multiple kids, you know what I'm saying? So y'all kind of be in that same little boat that she in. So it's really like a cycle of multiple baby daddy mamas. It's crazy.
All right, let me clear two things up right now for everybody. I don't really know her, okay? So what she be talking about on my show, that's over on that half of the. You see the globe right there? She on that half. She on the Western Hemisphere. I'm on the Eastern Hemisphere, okay?
What you mean?
That for one. For two, it's definitely not the same thing. Women, you are not like men. You're not. Conversationally, I ain't never, mooched off a woman and was like, women do it. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Like, I ain't never just was like, I'm over here. And that's just is what it is. I'm gonna stay here for like 2 or 3 years. I'm gonna put 3 or 4 kids in her, and she finna pay all the bills. Women do it all the time. Like, what are y'all saying? Real men, not grown boys. Thank you very much, Corey Torberson. Real men ain't trying to think or be like a woman. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna take a few years off and be a stay-at-home dad because women do it all the time. That's just, what are we even discussing here? Women, you're not men. Stop it. All right. Now, if she wants to settle down with all them kids at this point, she's a catch. Oh, yeah, she's a catch. Now, fam gonna have a low jack on her car. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to buy one of them little fake chastity belts and lock that summer gun, like I seen on that last Mad Max movie. That last Mad Max movie, he's gonna have to put one of them belts on her, put a lock on that thing, right? But she getting, but what she said, she had 10 kids. She getting like $35,000 a year. Catch me third. She a catch. Did she live in DFW? I'm about to leave you.
Live in Dallas, Texas.
Oh man, I'm following her. I'm inbox. I'm DMing her.
She's actually the girl that it was a long time ago. I don't know if it was on YouTube, but she was patting her baby on the back, and she was like, "Yep, you sure is ugly. I knew when I had him, had a baby by him, the baby was gonna be ugly. I don't know if it's gonna be a predator or an alien. You need to decide which one you want to be." That was her, if y'all remember her. But yeah,
she a catch now, fellas. If you in the DFW area, I want her on my show. Y'all get her on my show. Ooh, so I can be like, "Hey, what's going on?" She out. I'm out the door. I don't know, but you a catch. You a catch. Dude, she get about 30. How much did she get in tax return? Be honest.
What you just say?
How much did she get in tax return?
What you just say?
I said, how much did she get in tax return?
I don't know.
I mean,
but she make money.
What about Polly?
She said she got like 7 jobs.
What about Polly? We can bring her on to here, Shay. She get about $35,000 in tax return.
Puella? Puella? No.
Okay, I get to ask my question now. My cousin says she wrong. He's wrong at all. She's shooting her regular. Them fools is nasty for doing the nasty with the nasty. Bottom line.
Your question.
Ask Shay. This the Ask Shay portion.
This to your end. That's what I'm doing.
Nah.
That's what I'm doing.
Nah.
Where's my belt?
Nah.
Yep. Going to town.
Hey Shay, I've been with my boyfriend for over a year now, and when we first started dating, we would call and text throughout the day and night like we were in high school. But lately, I can go all day without hearing from him while he is at work. I normally send a good morning text and he replies, but that is it. Is it me, or do I need to assume that he is entertaining other women, or is he really working? I don't want to start an argument because we are in a good space. What do you think? Ooh, that one was deep.
So they've been together for a year. Let me see.
That was deep. Y'all asking Shay some good questions out there.
So you text him good morning text. He replies back. But throughout the day, he don't say nothing. But y'all used to. So do you assume that he's entertaining other women, or is he really working?
That's deep.
I would say if y'all been together for a year, then y'all communication skills should be there if y'all in a good space. And you need to talk to him about it, like, babe, I miss you, texting me and calling me throughout the day, on your break, on your, or whatever, on lunch. Just communicate that to him. And then, what's in the dark will come to the light. So if he is doing something, it'll pop up eventually. But yeah, that's what
that was solid advice. Yeah, definitely talk about it. Get it out there.
Say?
Well, I don't have a boyfriend, so.
But I'm saying advice to her. What do you say?
I say point the thumb, young lady. I mean, if there's something that you've been up to or doing, or he's just not feeling you no more, I mean, I would say point the thumb.
But how
if
you
y'all
go
been
from texting and stuff throughout the day and night to nothing?
So
after a year, it get boring.
I'm learning this. Listen, everybody, I do fitness training and the whole nine, and I realize that people have a hard time realizing that their level of their effort just isn't getting the job done. That their effort won't get the job. Where their effort is at right now won't get the job done. It just won't. So we can blame it on all other kinds of things. But young lady, what's the effort you're putting in? Let me tell you something. If you are putting it, ladies, I'm gonna shoot it to you straight. If you think your man is tipping out on you, but he comes home to you every night, and we don't know if she's living with the guy or not. But young lady, if you living with this man, he come home to you every night, you the home team. You the incumbent. You supposed to win. Even if you have competition now and you don't want to, you're supposed to win. All right. When I feel like or felt like, or if I feel like mine is tipping out, what's going on? What's going on, my man? Check us out over here on YouTube, man. For the best podcasting experience, join me on YouTube. Look me up by name, Taibu Muad'Dib, and we'll get you on the show, man. We'll get it cracking. But to the young lady, I'm saying right now, young lady, point the thumb at yourself. I'm not saying you're at fault if he is tipping. I'm not saying that naturally. But what I'm saying is, if you feel like your man is doing something he shouldn't be doing with someone that's outside the relationship, put your thing on him. Ladies, put your thing down. Put it on him. All right? See if that energy starts to come towards you. If you ain't stop putting it's been a year. So if you stop wearing 90s or teddies, whatever they call, you know, if you stop wearing lingerie, if you hopping in the bed, rolling over and just going to sleep and snoring by the time you get in the bed, if you not trying to give it to him all the way, then he might be seeking that affection that you used to give when y'all was texting. Just point the thumb, ladies. Before you start treating him like he's a suspect, what have you done for him lately?
Quoting songs.
That's probably the way to do it on a relationship podcast. You know, we translate it so everybody can get a feel for it. So I want to know from the crowd real quick before we go, Shay, would it be worse if if the teen that was caught was a teen girl or a teen boy having the sex in the other person's house?
I thank God that I don't have no girls.
Would it be worse if it was a girl? If you're one of your sons?
It would be worse if it was the girl.
Why would you feel it'd be worse?
Because they can get pregnant.
The boy can get the teen pregnant. You know?
I'm just saying, most of the time, the female has to go through more than the male does. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I was a mother of a girl, I would have to do all this extra stuff. Not saying that I wouldn't if I'm, the boy mom, but I'm just saying you have more that you have to go through with a girl than you do just a boy. Like, look what you did. You know what I'm saying? It's still that consequence in the house all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Well,
not a mistake. I said consequence.
Cousin Fred said definitely would be worse. So look, I think it's equal because, like I'm saying, the women want the men to be the leaders.
Give me up here right now.
Women want the men to be the leaders in the house. So women want the men to be the leaders. So you single moms of young men, it's don't take it lightly if your son gets caught at some young girl house having sex with her. Don't take it lightly because you ain't doing nothing but raising a simp. You ain't doing nothing but raising a user, an abuser, and a player. You guys sit them down and have that deep conversation with them. All right, bottom line, you don't want that to be his case. I think it's more worse if it's the boy doing it because he already starting the pattern of treating sisters less than a queen. All right, let's raise our young men right out there, ladies. Let's get it right. Multiple choice Monday, man. I really appreciate y'all for tapping in. Tomorrow is True Love Tuesday, so if you've been booed up with somebody for over a year, if you got some years with that person, if you married, come on the show tomorrow. Let some of the people that's viewing tap in or inbox me tonight. Let me know. I promote it. Let's start helping some people. That's why I brought Shay on the show. Like, don't get me wrong. I get hollered at by women. Shay, she definitely has decades and decades of guys still calling her phone. I don't know. It's crazy. Shay, she just go through a lot. Guys be on her like white on rice. It's crazy. But, she's on this. She's on the show. It lets everybody know, man. Like, if you look at my early episodes and you see how this thing developed, you have to build something, right? Approach our queens like we build something. You know what I'm saying? I approach say, hey, let's build something. So we building this podcast. We want to do it for y'all. Want to do it for the culture. Do it for the community. So if you are in a serious relationship, committed relationship, have been for a while, let's show people out there struggling to find real love what it looks like.
And cheer for the Dallas Cowboys. Woo!
I would like for the jury to disregard that last statement. That's the show, everybody. Taibu. We'll see y'all tomorrow at 7:30 for True Love Tuesday. Let's go.